We've been running that XX transmission since it came out, so that's about 2 years of training and riding. But I have to admit that even the thought of replacing that cassette with the SRAM XX brand new one makes me cringe because of the price. Luckily, these days we have options, and Garbaruk launched their version 2 of their cassettes. This one, it's 100% T-Type compatible. So here is Garbaruk version 2 T-Type cassette versus the XX that I've been using all this time. And if my channel looks a bit different today, that's because I gave LoveMTB a full facelift. Huge thanks to my buddy Matt for the killer redesign. I appreciate it, man. Now, if you notice that accent color right in my logo, that is what a company like Garbaruk can give you. They are 30% cheaper than the XXSL. They offer you the same weight with the XXSL without involving 3 aluminum cogs. And this cassette with the 2.0 version of their teeth is supposed to give us more consistent shifting and also very similar performance to that of the original SRAM cassette. All of this while maintaining the e-bike compatibility, which, as you know, is not the case with the XXSL. Cassette still comes in the same box, and here in the corner you're gonna see the details of it. This is the SRAM T-Type compatible 12-speed 10-52 coming in black. The actual weight is not mentioned on the box, but it is 348 grams, and that puts this cassette pretty much on par with the XXSL and about 30 to 35 grams heavier than the XX cassette that we've been using all this time. When it comes to the design of the Garbaruk cassette, you have this CNC machine dome-like design on both Garbaruk and the XX cassette. They both use one aluminum cog, the 52 tooth. The big difference on the Garbaruk though being that you can replace this on its own, and it's available on their website, and you can get it in different colors. The cassette model is stamped right here on the back, and you can see my old Shimano Garbaruk cassette in comparison next to it. The new tooth profile is first of all meant to work with the flat top chain of T-Type, and then the shift ramps are redesigned to give us smooth and consistent operation even under power. Remember, this is e-bike certified, something that SRAM can only do with SX, GX, XO, and XX. SL, which is the same weight as this, is not e-bike approved. But let's give this a try, and I'm gonna install it on a standard XD driver. As usual, put a bit of grease here on the green bushing and the threads of the cassette, and tighten this up to 40 Newton meters, just like with any other cassette. And once we say T-Type compatible, that means no derailleur hanger, flat top chain, the cassette sits further out 2.5 millimeters, and that means that this cassette works with full mount derailleurs, whether they are the Eagle 70 or 90 or the electronic derailleurs like you see on that Epic Evo. So let's give this a try. I'm gonna just replace the wheel, and first test is gonna be shifting gears one by one up and down the cassette and include backpedaling on the 52 tooth. And I really hope that you guys noticed from that side-by-side test that the two cassettes are pretty even when it comes to shifting up and down the cassettes. None of them is dropping off the chain from the 52 tooth. And I switched the sound to this, the T-Type cassette, when shifting to the harder gears, because you know what? This is actually the noisier cassette of the two. And in my recent video talking about the best drivetrains in 2025, you could see how the T-Type cassette performed brilliantly when shifting under power, trying to mimic a fast start. So I really hope that Garbaruk being smoother than this means that the Garbaruk guys figured out the shift ramps, so under high torque e-bike application, that cassette is going to perform just as good as this. When it comes to gear spacing, the two cassettes are identical. When it comes to noisy gears, I did try the Garbaruk and I did not notice anything like that. The cassette seems to be built very well, it shifts well, it gives you that lightweight that only the XXSL can match. Price-wise, at least in Canada, is between GX and XO. So it would be a bit of a no-brainer if you want to keep the weight down and you don't want to just replace a SRAM cassette with a very expensive SRAM T-type cassette. That would definitely be a good option. That's gonna stay on the race bike. Actually, the oval that you see up front is from Garbaruk as well, and it's been on that bike ever since we built it, so 2 years ago, still performing very well. That's the end of my little test. I'm pretty excited that we have an alternative to T-type. As far as I know, Garbaruk is the only company in the world manufacturing alternatives for T-type right now. I am curious to hear if you guys use components from them before, if you use their cassettes. If you did, how many kilometers did you put on them? Let us know in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions for me. Let me know what other tests you want me to do. And until next time, hope to see you guys on the trails. Why not running some Garbaruk components? Cheers, guys. Cheers.